everybody. It's me, Sheila, again. Oh gosh, I'm so glad you're here. I missed you last week and the week before, but I'm back and we'll try and figure this out the best we can. All right? So I have some stories today. One of my mama friends asked me for books about voting and presidents. So I brought some books to share with you. But first we got to shake our sillies up. So stand up. You need your big tall body. I took my mask off so that you can hear me and see me. So I'm going to put it close though, because I'll need it. All right, so stand up with me. You need your whole tall body. You need your long arms and your big tall legs and everything you've got, okay? All right, I'll turn the music on with my glasses. Here we go. Go. There it is. Yay! Gonna shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Wiggle my waggles away. Yawn, 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 yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna stretch, stretch, stretch my stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch my stretchies out. Stretch, stretch, stretch my stretchies out. And wiggle my waggles away. I'm gonna shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Wiggle my waggles away. And wiggle my waggles away. Yay! Yay! All right. Let's see. Stop. All right. I have my friend Janelle helping me today with videotaping. She's awesome. All right, let me see what I have. I have some books about presidents. Pretty soon there's going to be an election in this country, and all your grown-ups can decide who gets to be president of the United States of America. And so this book, this first book I have, is called Grace for President. It's by Kelly DiPuccio. Kelly DiPuccio. And the drawings are by Youre Pham. Kelly DiPuccio. Youre Pham. They made this book. Let's see. Grace for President. There we go. Oh, look at all those presidents. Haha. I see Grace in there. There we go. One Monday morning in September, Mrs. Barrington rolled out a big poster with all of the president's pictures on it. Grace Campbell could not believe her eyes. Where are the girls? That's a very good question, said Miss Barrington. The truth is, our country has never had a woman president. No girl president ever? Grace asked. No, I'm afraid not, said Mrs. Barrington. Grace sat at her desk and stewed. No girls? Who'd ever heard of such a thing? Finally, she raised her hand. Yes, Grace? I've been thinking it over, and I'd like to be president. Several students in the class laughed. Well, I think that's a star-spangled idea, Grace, said Mrs. Barrington. In fact, we can have our own election right here at Woodrow Wilson Elementary. The snickering in the room stopped. Grace smiled. Would anyone else like to run for president? Mrs. Barrington asked the class. Nobody raised their hand. Becoming president was going to be easy, Grace thought. The next day, Mrs. Barrington made an announcement. In the name of democracy, I have invited Mr. Waller's class to join our election. Their class has nominated Thomas Cobb to be their presidential candidate. Grace's heart sank. Thomas was the school spelling bee champion. His experiments always took a blue ribbon at the science fair, and he was captain of the soccer team. Becoming president wasn't going to be so easy after all, Grace thought. The teachers put the names of all the 50 states and the District of Columbia into a hat. Everyone, except for Grace and Thomas, got to choose a state. I'm Texas, said Anthony. I'm New Hampshire, said Rose. I'm Michigan, said Robbie. What does the number 16 mean? Each state is assigned a number of electoral votes. That number is determined by how many people live in that state, said Mrs. Barrington. Each of you will be a representative for your state. Altogether, our country has 538 electoral votes, said Mr. Waller. On election day, the candidate who receives 270 electoral votes or more wins the election. Why 270? Asked Rose. That's more than half of the electoral votes, Mr. Waller said. Becoming president really wasn't going to be easy, Grace thought. Grace came up with a campaign slogan. Make history! Vote Grace Campbell for president! But Thomas came up with his own campaign slogan. Vote for Thomas Cobb, the best man for the job. Grace listened to what issues were important to the students, and she made a list of campaign promises. Here's the list. I can't read it. A peaceful school, no bullies. A cleaner school, no littering. Better hot lunches, no more fish stick tacos. Thomas made up his own list of promises. Here they are. Free tutoring, free soccer lessons, fish stick tacos every week. Grace made campaign posters and buttons. Thomas made posters and buttons too. Each week, the teachers set aside time for the candidates to meet with their constituents. Polls were taken. Voters were making their choices. Grace continued to campaign. At recess, she gave speeches. During lunch, she handed out cupcakes. After school, she held rallies. Meanwhile, Thomas wasn't worried. He had clearly calculated that the boys held slightly more electoral votes than the girls. At recess, Thomas studied his spelling words. During lunch, he worked on his latest science experiment. After school, he played soccer. Even before the election, Grace made good on her promises. She joined the safety squad, she organized a school beautification committee, and she volunteered her time in the school cafeteria. In early November, Woodrow Wilson Elementary hosted a special Election Day assembly. Grace and Thomas took their places on stage as the school band began to play. Henry was the first representative to approach the microphone. The Yellowhammer State of Alabama casts its 9 electoral votes for Thomas Cobb. Fletcher said, the last frontier state of Alaska casts its 3 electoral votes for the best man for the job, Thomas Cobb. Hannah called out, the Grand Canyon state of Arizona casts its 11 electoral votes for Grace Campbell. And so it went. State after state after state cast their electoral votes. The scoreboard in the gymnasium kept track of all the totals. The voting demonstration was quickly coming to an end. Clara approached the podium. The Badger State of Wisconsin casts its 10 votes for my best friend, Grace Campbell. Grace looked at the scoreboard. Thomas had 268 electoral votes. She had 267. There was only one state still unaccounted for. Wyoming. Thomas grinned. Grace felt sick. Sam walked up to the microphone. He looked at Thomas. He looked at Grace. He looked down at Grace's handmade flag. Sam didn't say a word. "What are you waiting for?" Thomas whispered. The band stopped playing. All eyes were on Wyoming. Finally, Sam cleared his throat. "The Equality State of Wyoming casts its 3 electoral votes for Grace Campbell! Woohoo!" The gymnasium erupted in loud cheers and a few boos. Mrs. Barrington approached the podium. "With 270 electoral votes, the winner is Grace Campbell." Thomas looked stunned. Grace hugged Sam. "Why'd you do it?" she asked. Sam handed Grace his flag. "Because," he said, "I thought you were the best person for the job." The following week, students in Mrs. Barrington's class were preparing for their career day presentations, and Grace volunteered to go first. She stood at the front of the room and glanced at the poster still hanging on the wall. "My name is Grace Campbell, and when I grow up, I'm going to be President of the United States." And this time, everyone believed that she would. The end. Look, there she is. All grown up and president. Yay! Look, there she is on the end of that. Woo for Grace. Grace for president. Yay! Thank you. What'd you think? Did you know that Grace was going to win? I hope so. Man. All right. You know what I have? I have a finger play. And it is about some apples because it's apple picking time. It's the fall, it's autumn, and apples are just coming into harvest. So I hope you eat an apple a day. So this rhyme, we've done it before. You need your 2 hands for this rhyme, and they're round, round, round like apples. Just like this, 2 fists, 2 round apples, and they're hanging up in a tree as high as you can go, way up here. You ready? All right. 2 little apples hanging in the tree, 2 little apples smiling at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the apples. They were good. But look, something else is in the tree. There are 2 things. They're way up high. They go like this. 2 little lemons hanging in the tree, 2 little lemons smiling at me. I shook that tree as hard as I could. Down came the lemons. Woo-hoo! Ooh, they were sour. Do you like lemons? Yes, I do. I love lemons. Yum. My kid loves them too. All right, I have another book about another president. I know. We can only have one president at a time. So this is another idea for another kind of president. It's called My Teacher for President. It's by Kay Winters and Denise Brunitis did the pictures. My Teacher for President. Here we go. Let's see. Look. There's the teacher. She's got a big desk. I know a lot of your teachers, maybe you don't get to share in the same room right now. Or maybe your parents are helping you be taught for your school. Maybe it could be my parent for president. My teacher for president. Dear Channel 39, I saw on TV that elections are coming. At school, we've been learning a lot about the president's job. My teacher would be just right. Let me know what you think. My teacher loves White Houses. She's used to being followed everywhere. When my teacher walks into a room, people pay attention. My teacher goes to lots of meetings. And she's always signing important papers. My teacher acts quickly when there's an emergency. And she says health care is important. My teacher likes to go on trips. She deals with the media every day. My teacher would be good for the country. She wants to clean up the earth. She finds jobs for people. She's a good listener. She believes in peace. My teacher would make a great president. Love, Oliver. P.S. Just make sure she doesn't leave before the end of the year. My teacher for president. Yay! There's a lot of people that would be good president as a president. A lot of people to take care of us, to take care of all the business of the country, right? All right, I have a song to sing to you that you might know. It's the If You're Happy and You Know It song. And lots of different feelings and emotions are happening, even some all in the same day are happening, right? Being happy, being sad, being mad, being scared, being worried, being tired. So this is a Happy and You Know It song about all the different feelings that you might have. So we're starting with happy though. And we need our hands for this song, right? And we need our feet, and we need, what else do we need? Eyes. This is my version. You ready? Get your hands ready. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're mad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're mad and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. If you're sad and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're sad and you know it, wipe your eyes. But if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, then your face will surely show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yay! Yay. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy we're here together. All right, I have one more book about another president. One last one. And then I have our beanbag song. Oh, there's those eggs. I forgot all about them. Oh, well. I'll think about them some more. Should we do an egg song first? Yes. Yes. Okay. Janelle says yes. All right, get your egg. And if you don't have an egg, get something else that makes a noise. You can use a bag of rice. You can use even something that doesn't make a noise. You can use a stuffed animal. You can use I don't know. What can you use?
Little sister.
Little sister, Janelle says. All right, something that makes a noise. You can shake it. Let's do our chicken song. You ready? Chick, 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 chicken. Lay a little egg for me. chicken. I want one for my tea. I haven't had an egg since breakfast, and now it's 3:30. So, chicken, lay a little egg for me. Yay! All right, maybe Humpty Dumpty, and then we got to read that book. Okay. So now that we're here, make your little flat place for Humpty to stand up. Make sure Humpty stands up straight, though. Whoa! Don't fall, Humpty. Woo! Wah, wah. All right. Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Oh no! Oh, thank you, Janelle. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. Oy, oy, oy. Poor Humpty Dumpty. Falls and falls. All right, let's do our book, our last book, and then our beanbag song, okay? This book is called If I Were President. It's by Catherine Steer. And the pictures are by Diane DeSalvo Ryan. Do you see this president has a puppy dog at the bottom of her desk? And cookies on her desk? That's the kind of president I like. Here we go. If I were president, here we go. And any of these books you're welcome to borrow. Just call us up on the phone and we'll make a little pile for you. We miss you. Here we go. It would be great to be president of the United States. If I were president, that means after a big campaign with speeches and posters and TV ads, the people would have chosen me as their leader. Years of planning and hard work would have prepared me for that day. If I were president, I'd promise to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States, because that would be my job. And then I'd move to a mansion called the White House with more than 100 rooms, and I'd have to remember my new address, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, Washington, D.C. If I were president, I could go bowling or visit a movie theater without ever leaving my house. I'd have my own chef and I would eat whatever I wanted. I could even have 2 desserts every night. If I were president, I'd start work early each morning in the Oval Office. Although I'd try to do what's best for my country, most everyone would agree with my decisions. But I'd get help making those decisions from a group of people called my cabinet. Do you see the cookies on the cabinet's table? Everybody's getting a cookie at a meeting. That's the way to run a meeting. If I were president, the people would be my boss. And I'd have to find out what they wanted. It wouldn't be easy. Different people would want different things. If I were president, I'd be in charge of the armed forces, the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Marines. If I were president, each year I'd give a speech to Congress called the State of the Union. All over the country, people would be watching and listening. I'd talk about how our country was doing and suggest ways to solve our problems. Imagine creating laws for a whole country. That's something Congress and I would work on together. Congress would present bills, which are ideas for new laws, and if I didn't like an idea, I'd say no. That's called a veto. But if I agreed, I'd sign the bill and make it a law. If I were president, the agents of the Secret Service would guard me everywhere I'd go. They'd go too. Do you know where that is? If I were president, I'd travel in my limousine or in my own private airplane, Air Force One. I'd meet with the leaders of other nations. Maybe together we could work to improve our world. If I were president, I'd comfort families that had been in an earthquake or a hurricane or a flood or forest fires. and then I'd help them rebuild their towns. If I were president, one of my favorite jobs would be passing out medals to people who had done brave deeds. If I were president, in the spring I'd toss out the first pitch of the baseball season. And in winter, I'd light the nation's holiday tree. If I were president, my words and pictures would appear in newspapers and magazines all over the world. Even my dog would make headlines. If I were president, the house I grew up in would be famous. People would ask my mom for a tour of everything, even my treehouse. If I were president, the people could only elect me twice. That's 8 years altogether. And then I'd have to find a new job and a new house. And soon a new president with different ideas would move into the White House. But just like me, the new president would work hard for the good of our country. If I were president, they might someday make a statue of me like the white marble statue of Abraham Lincoln in the Lincoln Memorial, or the president's heads carved onto Mount Rushmore. Do you see there she is with a ponytail? Or someday my face might show up on the country's money. Did you know President Lincoln is on the penny, President Jefferson is on the nickel, and President Washington is on the dollar bill? And who knows, someday I just might be president of the United States. The end. If I were president. Yay. The end. Oh my goodness. Let's do our beanbag song. I think I'm ready for that. So, if you don't have a beanbag, you can use a stuffed animal, you can use a washcloth, you can use a paper towel, you can use your shoe, you can use a sock, you can use a hamburger bun. We're going to play with our beanbags. So our song is about our body, all the different pieces and parts that we have. You remember it? Yep? All right, let's find it. We need number 10, 10, 10. Go, go, machine, go. Go, go, Sheila, go. 7, 8, 9. Number 9, actually. Is that right? Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start this song off by putting the beanbag on your shoulder.
On your shoulder.
Take that beanbag, put it on your shoulder. Keep it on your shoulder. That's the way we.
Your knee.
Oh, your knee. Bag, put it on your knee and keep it on your knee. And that's the way we.
Your hand.
Oh, your hand.
Bag, put it on your hand and keep it on your hand. And that's the way we.
Your head.
Take that beanbag, put it on your head and keep it on your head. And that's the way we.
Your elbow.
Oh, elbow.
Put it on your elbow, keep it on your elbow, that's the way we.
Your neck.
Take that
On your neck.
Put it on your neck and keep it on your neck, and that's the way we.
On your stomach.
Oh, your stomach. Your belly. Your tummy.
Put it on your stomach, keep it on your stomach, that's the way we.
Your ear.
Take that
Ear.
Put it on your ear and keep it on your ear, and that's the way we.
Your wrist.
Take that
On your wrist.
Put
Or
it
your
on your
watches,
wrist and
right?
keep it on your wrist, and that's the way we.
Your nose. Oh, your nose.
Put it on your nose and keep it on your nose, and that's the way we.
Your fingers.
Oh, fingers.
Put it on your fingers, keep it on your fingers, that's the way we.
Your forehead. Oh, your forehead.
Put it on your forehead, keep it on your forehead, that's the way we.
Your thumb.
Take that on your
Thumb.
Put it on your thumb and keep it on your thumb, and that's the way we.
Your cheeks.
Take that
Ooh, your cheek.
bag, put it on your cheek and keep it on your cheek, and that's the way we.
Your foot.
Take that
Your
bag,
foot.
put it on your foot and keep it on your foot, and that's the way we.
Your chin.
Take that
On your
bag,
chin.
put it
Where your
on
beard
your
is.
chin and keep it on your chin, and that's the way we.
Your ankle.
Take that
Ankle.
bag,
Oh, way down here.
On your ankle.
Here, the stony
Keep
bark.
it on your ankle. That's the way we
Your back. Oh, your back.
Put it on your back and keep it on your back, and that's the way we
Your bottom.
Oh, your bottom.
put it on your bottom. Keep it on your bottom. That's the way.
Yay! Woo! Woohoo! Yay! All right, everybody. Yay! Thank you so much for coming to Storytime today. Next week, we're going to read something different. We'll talk about, I don't know what. Maybe fall, maybe grandmas and grandpas, maybe, I don't know what.
Pigs.
Maybe pigs. All right, friends. See you soon. I love you. Bye.